Yeah, so that'll make sense at the end of the video. In today's episode, we're talking about this note, because this note changes everything. Hi, this is David. Welcome to the channel, which is all about helping you tell your own musical story on the instrument. Today, we're going to harness the power of a note. A note by itself really doesn't have much power. It's just a pitch, a sound. That's it. But put that note in relation to something else, that note becomes something, right? We're going to learn how to do that, because if you can understand what the power of a note is, then your music is going to be very focused on the purpose, which is, what is the purpose? Well, the purpose is to tell your musical story on the instrument. It's about self-expression and telling those things that are deep inside that you can't really say with words. That's what we're going to do today. So what is the context that gives a note its meaning? Well, it depends. It could be the backing track you're playing over. It could also be the band you're playing with, or, and that's going to be the case in this video, it could be the context of the note that is given by what happened before and what happens after the note, what surrounds that note. That's going to give that note its meaning. Now, if you want to make the most of this video, I prepared for you a free PDF that you can download. The link is below. Check that out. You can follow along, or you can download it after watching this video. It'll allow you to explore the concept and really make it your own. Let's take this note, for example. This note on the 3rd string, 5th fret, on its own doesn't really mean anything. It's just a pitch. But this note could be a lot of different things if it's surrounded by other things. This note, 3rd string, 5th fret, could be the minor third of this arpeggio shape. But that note could also be the major third of this arpeggio. Right? Same note, different meaning. This note could also be maybe the major 7th of this arpeggio. Same exact note. In theory, a note has the potential to become 12 different things, because in Western music we have 12 pitches, and we can see that laid out on the piano really nicely. On the guitar, yes, we could do quarter steps. That's for another video. But we're just going to consider that we're not going to bend anything, and a note in relation to all the other notes can be 12 different things. And that's what we're going to use. Why are we doing that, though? We're doing this because if you are able to understand the 12 different powers a note can have, your music is going to be very focused, very directed. You're going to make better decisions when you're playing, and it all starts with this work. At first, it might sound a little off, a little mathematical, because you might be overthinking things, and that process is important, but eventually you're going to feel these notes and know what the potential of these notes are going to be. So how do you work on that? Well, you start by developing a really short musical story with some of the things you know. Maybe the minor pentatonic scale. We'll just start there. We'll be in A minor pentatonic. Surprise, surprise. So you just start improvising with an A minor pentatonic, and then at some point you're going to focus on one of the notes of that minor pentatonic scale. This one, for example. In the context of the minor pentatonic scale, that note is the minor 7th. We're going to take that note and transform it into something else. For example, we'll decide to make that minor 7th a 5th within the context of a major 7th. And that's what it sounds like. We kind of transform the meaning of a note. And then we're going to operate in that arpeggio type of thing for a little while, that major 7th, until we decided to focus on another note and change the meaning of that other note. At first, this might sound a little unpredictable because your ear is not quite tuned yet to all the 12 different meanings a note could have. And that's by design. Because I think when you approach a new idea, a new concept, it's really beneficial to start right away using that and exploring it without having this systematic approach that you might have when you're practicing. This is going to come in just a minute, but I think it's really important to dive in and start making stories, even if you don't know the outcome of the story yet, with whatever concept you're working on. So after doing this for a few minutes, 10 minutes or so, just kind of playing with the idea, we're going to tune into the power of these notes, and we're going to start having a systematic approach with this by transforming that note into the different meanings it could have. Now we're only going to focus on a few meanings. If we took all the 12 meanings of the note, it's going to be a little overwhelming. We'll focus on the thirds, for example. So this note that was on the 3rd string, 5th fret could be a minor third and a major third. Let's try to alternate between these two. We'll start this with a minor third. So we're going to play a minor triad that has this as the minor third, and that'll be A. Now we'll make this a major third. Now within the context of a major triad, this is the major third of a G sharp. And you alternate. Kind of gives you an idea of what that note can become in two different contexts, right? The idea is to vary the meaning of that note within the context of 2 or 3 different meanings, improvise a little bit with that, alternating the meaning of a note, and that's really going to give your ear a chance to get used to the different meanings that a note could have. Eventually, you'll be able to kind of free-form the thing and play. And once you get a little tired of that canvas that you're using, you take a note and change it. The video you just watched is special. It's special because it's a multi-layered video. If you just watched the video from opening to end, well, thank you very much, but you're really missing out if you don't do the next step. Remember that PDF that lists all the different diagrams? Well, it's more than a PDF. It's free, but it's more than a PDF. It's much more. The link below will take you to a sign-up page on which you can create a free account. Once you created that free account, you'll be directed to this lesson page on which you can rewatch this video. And anytime you hear and see that bell, that's when I want you to pause the video and apply what we just said. The PDF is going to be on your screen if you signed up. It's a great way of learning, and I promise that if you follow this step, this concept is really going to become something much more than another concept on the channel. It's really going to be part of your musical being, and it's going to do wonders for your playing. Check it out. The link is below. Sign up for free. Rewatch the video on the screen that you'll be directed to, and pause the video whenever you hear the bell and apply the concept. Magic will happen. And if you don't want to do that right now, that's fine. Click this, because I want to continue telling you a little bit more about the power of the note. Check this video out. It's really going to help you too. And then link is below if you want to watch the multi-layered video. Again, thanks for watching this. I will see you next time. Practice well.